Yeah. Absolutely.
All right, guys, welcome to Planet Xbox Lite. Planet Xbox episode 87. Apologize for being late. Short staff, but I came through in a clutch with some emergency addition. Shout out to normal cast member Chris Righteous. What's up?
Yo, what's going on, everybody? Shout out to y'all, and yeah, let's get into the topics. There's only like two things to talk about. It's like Halo
Yeah,
and the Game Awards, and that's pretty much it.
yeah, pretty much. Sir Dre the Great.
Yes, sir. What's going on?
Bruh, if I
How
know
y'all?
it was gonna be like this, I would have just done LTG. But
Yeah, you forgot about me. Matter of fact, I hope my mic is sounding right because I remember last time we had, or I was too low for some reason. So
it was like ultra
um,
static or something. It was
yeah,
weird,
I
but
I don't know. So I'm hoping I'm sounding right this time. Let me check on my. Let me see.
you good. You good. Um, but what you been up to?
Oh man. Making. I made a couple of videos on the channel. Finally surpassed 200 subs. So I was stoked about that. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Nice.
Um, and I've been doing some headset reviews.
Nice. That's where it's at.
Yeah, and that's where they came from too. Like that's where most of the new subs came from. And I'm not complaining though, but so yeah, that's been doing great. I'm happy about that. Playing games, shit, life, man. I ain't been doing too much, man. Same old.
Okay. Um, yeah, I've been playing games. Till it's crazy. Like I was on pace, and I think I still win the most games beat for Weapon Wheel, but I dropped dramatically over the last month because I've been limited to really 1 to 2 games
Mm,
to play, and I'm not mad at it. It is what it is.
mhm.
But I just been gaming and. No, I mean we got an interesting show tonight. It's not too much going on. We got obviously the Game Awards happen. I mean, so I think it's a good time to talk about our game of the year at this point. Do everybody's game of the year is pretty much final at this point?
Yes, mine is
Okay,
yes.
cool. All right.
Yeah,
Low
pretty
Um,
game.
much.
but yeah, because I'm about to say. I know the Gunk comes out tomorrow, but I don't think that's gonna be into. I'm pretty sure it'll be good, but I don't think it'll change where I'm at.
Is the Gunk a Xbox published game?
Nah.
Oh, so it's a possibility that it's
Yeah, it
coming
could
to
possibly
PlayStation.
come to PlayStation.
Well, they
Okay,
said that it was never gonna come to PlayStation, but we heard that before, so I don't know what the exclusive deal with that game is.
okay, because it does look good, and I do want to play it, but I'd rather have trophies than try to my thing. So I'd rather wait for the trophy
You're gonna really
support.
wait
Then
for all right, all right. So see, wow, that's
Dude,
like me.
I feel Drake. I be feeling Drake sometimes because there be games that come to the Switch that I expect to come to
Oh
PlayStation, and I
yeah,
can
that's
buy them on the
different.
Switch, but I be waiting on the PlayStation version. You know?
Like I can't wait for Kendra to come to freaking Xbox. I mean, I would love to get at least a 80% gamer score in that. I know that's where I'm exactly. That's right around where I'm probably at in trophies in that game.
mhm.
I know the Ascent is coming to PlayStation. I think is it
Seen
next
that,
year?
yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah. I'm excited for that. I'm excited for that.
I might double dip on that too.
You're gonna double
Yeah, because
dip for that. I
yeah.
might. I mean, it's funny because the thing is that what pisses me off about that game, I got a couple of achievements that's broken, and a side mission is broken. Still can't get the scrap land. So the
That's
Oh,
why I'm
elder.
really?
excited for it because by the time it come out, it will already have updates, patches, you know,
Yeah, yeah.
fixes. So
Yeah,
That's
but it
funny.
was, it was it was a good game. So it was one. It was for a while. It was one of my favorite games.
Yep,
Um,
it definitely
uh,
was a good.
uh, this year. So that should be a good addition. So what we got? What is it? Old Man,
Logan,
Oh my guys!
what's up?
what's on? What's
Yo,
going on?
if I go to vid, is it gonna be messed up?
No, because I'm not in the what you call it.
I don't watch. Hold
I don't have our layout set up because once I realized it probably wasn't going to be a full. I was like, I'm not even going to bother trying to do the layout thing.
on.
Wait, he said, hold on. Trying to see what he.
Yeah.
All right. But shout out to the chat. I see a couple people. We got Alex PSX here. We got see Rich Boy. Persona's in here.
There we go.
Blessed.
Wait, did you put it back up?
Logan, what you been doing? What you been playing?
I'm trying to. Why does it not let me do the video thing?
Do you have another app open? You probably have OBS open.
Oh, there we go. There we go.
There we go.
Beautiful.
It was being a pain in the hell. Let me turn my light back. Whew. Dude, I've been playing Halo. That's why I was late.
Really?
Yeah, because
I used that excuse last week.
No joke. I've been sitting here for like the past hour trying to beat. Oh Jesus, the big bad at the very end. I'm blanking on his name right now. Yeah, Eschrium. Yes, on Legendary. Oh my God, let me tell you what a fucking shit show that was of a fight.
Oh, you playing it on Legendary, old man? Because the word on the streets, man, if you ain't playing it on Legendary, you ain't playing Halo. That's what I heard.
I've been playing the whole entire game on Legendary. So like I got every single thing. Like I've did all the side missions. Got all the fobs. Got the 7 whatever things. And I'm at the silent auditorium is where I just stopped. But like, dude, I was trying to beat this guy before the podcast, and the next thing I know, it was like 8:45, and I was like, shit.
They say you played on a heroic, you ain't playing the game.
Yeah. Anybody doing that?
I would say like, I would say Legendary honestly is like a pretty doable difficulty, but man, there's times where it is just not a fun time. There's just times where I just was like, I hate everything about this. Why did I choose Legendary? Like basically anything that, like even the first boss was a pain in the ass because he had that stupid lock-on rocket bullshit. There's two like legendary shield little grunts, whatever the hell, and it was a bad time. But no, I've been trying to beat on Legendary. Just to get that out of the way, and I think the only thing I'm going to be missing is the skulls, which I might go back through and do a playthrough just to get the skulls.
Yeah,
in
I
the
found
game.
2 skulls, so I don't
I've
plan
only
on going back to get them either. So
yeah, I've only found one. But I mean, did we talk about did we talk about the campaign of Halo? Like, is that a thing?
we can. I mean, you know what I mean.
I know we didn't talk about it last week because we didn't even have
we didn't have a podcast last week. I'm sorry. We're landing on the day that Halo came out. I mean,
yeah. No, I kind of figured that because I was like,
yeah. So okay. So we didn't really pretty much talk about it. So Halo came out obviously last week. Last month we had the multiplayer. Say what?
You want to get Game of the Years out the way first, or
I mean,
say that for last.
Game of the Year, we could save for last, yeah. And then we could. So we got Halo Game Awards, and then we can talk about Game of the Year. So
okay.
So Halo, I think this is my first time talking. Yeah, I don't have a traditional video. Maybe I don't. Maybe do I? So Halo, I think this is my first time. I hear myself in the background. I think this is Addict joining.
Yep.
All right. If he's joining, then I can actually go to my actual template. But yeah, so Halo Infinite, man, there's a lot I want to talk about when it comes to this game because I'm seeing everything. I'm seeing, listening to people's reviews, seeing other people's feedback, like understanding like my feedback and trying to remove my biasness and try to and see, do I truly enjoy this game, or is it just because I'm a non-biased Xbox fan, whatever. But man, dude, I'm more than satisfied with Halo Infinite, and a lot of like, and Dre, we had our moments. We had my breakdowns where where I gave and I was like, you know what, these motherfuckers is like, they out to kill it. You know what I mean? Where I gave up on hope on what they were doing with the game after all the back-to-back news, no forge, no this, the ranking system, no co-op, all this other stuff. And I was like, all right, man, this game is probably not going to be what it is. And but dude, playing the game, none of that shit mattered. Playing the game, because I feel like I don't miss a damn thing. This is my first Halo solo. My first Halo solo. And it didn't realize it, even though it felt natural playing. This is my first Halo playing start to finish solo. Every other Halo I played in co-op mode and whatnot. Except for when I replayed Reach. I think I did 75% of the game on Dolo, and then so I forgot who joined me to finish it up. In Master Chief Collection, but the campaign, there's just different things. So you got the campaign, right, which was the biggest question mark. I've been impressed with almost every aspect of the game, where to the point I found myself very confused on what people, even when I heard the early previews. But before I get into it, hold on, I'm so sorry, guys. Hold on. I want to see if I could change something. Bing. Ah, yes. Nice. All right, cool. All right. Before I can
hold up, Smooth. Let me add, before you dive in.
Yep, go ahead. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I'm an open book right now.
Because I've been seeing this on Twitter, right? So how do you feel about the reviewers giving it, nines and perfect scores with, and it has content missing and shit like that missing.
Yep.
If this was another game, it probably would have gotten
nope,
hit bad for that.
No, absolutely not. No.
Okay.
Can I say something real quick, kid?
Go ahead, Addict. You got to stay in here since you're on video.
No. I told you. First off, I apologize. I was supposed to be on here 2 weeks ago, and I slept through the whole damn thing. So, those are the same people giving Last of Us a 10 out of 10 when they said they were delaying the factions. So, right. it is what it look, is this a 10 out of 10 game? No. But these are reviews. That's their opinion. Who am I to dictate their opinion?
This is my say on it. This is my thought, right? Yes, I think it's fair that the game is getting 9s. I think it's fair that people give it a 10, because at the end of the day, they're judging the product that they got. And if that product that you got right now, if you feel that it's you had a satisfactory experience or an exceptional experience with the product that you got, regardless is missing that and the third, at the end of the day, you got to judge the game you got. So technically, you shouldn't lose points for shit that's not in the game. We already know it wasn't going to be in the game to begin with. For over a year now, we knew some of the stuff wasn't going to be in the game. So at the end of the day, you got to judge what you got. How good is the shit that you got? And okay. I agree with most reviewers. And
So come January 28th, I don't want to hear shit about this Uncharted collection not having multiplayer.
I'm not count that. It's not a brand new game. Okay. It's not a brand new game. I'm gonna treat it exactly like the Uncharted triple. Remember they did the same shit.
They did the Uncharted collection.
Yeah, but they took away the multiplayer. I mean, I wouldn't judge that as a new release, right?
Okay. All right.
So the thing is though, but at the end of the day though, for example, I gave high marks to Last of Us Part 2. And that was me coming off of Last of Us Part 1. I played Last of Us 1 multiplayer and whatnot. And knew that Last of Us, that didn't matter. Because I was like, I got to judge the game that I got. And I feel like from what I played, it's the best game I've played this entire year. And I said it was the benchmark of all gaming, right? So, with Halo Infinite, right? I feel like, from a visual standpoint, for what I'm playing the Halo universe, I think the criticism of Halo's visuals were just too much at this point, because it's nowhere near as bad as people made it seem. Nowhere near as bad as people made it seem. Nowhere near as bad as people made it seem. I think there's level of details in that game that I didn't think existed. And it's crazy. It's so minute. Go ahead, my bad.
I will agree with you, but I think the reason people are hard on them is because of how much they're constantly boosting up, the power of the system. And I think that is low key what hits all their titles.
Mm-hmm.
Because when you're constantly, oh, we got the strongest system, we got the baddest system, monsters that eat monsters, people are going to have a higher expectation when it comes to the certain type of games. And I said multiple times, like, you can't attack Halo for not being a next-gen experience when it's not a next-gen game.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
So I have no issues with the visuals. I have no wish list that I want for the visuals. I could care less if this game gets ray tracing or not in the future. I'm at a satisfaction level with the game, right? You know what I mean? I wish it could be a little bit more in the Series S because I did get to play 5 hours of my 25-hour experience on the Series S. I played 5 hours of it on the Series S. The other 20 hours on the Series X. There is a visual difference. I obviously prefer the Series X. I think the Series S could use a bit of a boost on the resolution side. Performance is great. Story. This is where I said I checked out on everybody's fucking opinion on Halo story, and I need to start learning this. I always disagree when it comes to Halo story. When people say Halo 4 story,
me and him are about to disagree.
People say Halo
to disagree.
This story is not a bad story, but the ending was. I don't understand what was so wrong. I was like, okay, I knew that the ending is coming. It tells there's a start, there's a middle, there's an end. There is a proper ending. There is a proper ending. The game ends. Sure, it lets you know, like, come on, there's going to be more in the future. It has to do that. But as far as
they already trademarked that, the endless, they already trademarked that for like the next expansion.
So an expansion coming. But as far as it wasn't like I've seen games end on the worst. Like Gears 5 ended on the worst, worst cliffhanger. Gears 5 just ended.
Yeah,
okay. First off, Are you done, kid?
Well, I'm not done, but go ahead, because I got
go and finish your rant.
No, because I don't want you to forget.
I just have one quick question. Okay, so I told you I was at the silent autotographer or whatever. How far am I at to the end?
Probably about 40-50% through the game. He said he's. The conservatory. The conservatory is like 30-40% through the game. Okay.
You just fought Eshelin, right?
Yeah, Eshelin.
Yeah. You're on the last mission.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I'm so close.
But look, I will admit that this story, the vanilla of Halo Infinite, does have a beginning, middle, and end. But I can't front, kid. When I beat that game, I felt like I was missing a game. I felt like there was
you were missing the game before this game.
That's what I meant.
It makes sense. Hours in this so far. I feel like I got
and that's my thing, because I'm sitting here, I do this. Both of you have seen because like people keep telling me, because my thing is like, what the hell happened between Infinite and Halo 5? And people's like, well, Addict, they're trying to get rid of Halo 5. They're trying to act like it didn't exist. Then why did they clarify that shit existed multiple times during the game? Like, and I understand that they're like, well, this is a, it's going to be a story that unfolds throughout the next couple years. But to me, what happened before that, that's not something they should be holding back. That should be something that is explained in the actual story. Because there's a couple things. I don't know if this is spoilers, but like, for instance, how the hell Cortana get dethroned? How'd she go with 8-9 Guardians and now she got none? You know what I'm saying? Like, where are the Guardians? Like,
okay. So I think that that was actually explained a bit though.
How? Oh, damn it! Well, never mind. We'll talk after the podcast because.
Yeah. I felt like that they explained that. I'm trying to just recall the things I saw when they did an overview.
I feel like they did too.
Yeah, right. Because I'm about to say, I know I'm not bugging.
The whole thing where what the weapon says, at least where I'm at. Like, I think that the weapon just explained.
No, but see, the thing is though, is like they go from they're fighting to she's defenseless. Like there's no real, like, there's in one scene where they're acting like she popped down there and she fucked shit up, and then the next scene she don't got nothing. So it's just like they didn't explain how they got from point A to point B. They just skipped that whole middle ground. So that was my only thing. It's like, look, like, I don't mind what they showed, but I did expect more information on previous games. And I you need all the audio logs. I mean, I did read a bunch of them, but at the end of the day, like, that is something big that you don't leave with audio logs. If that is in some of the audio logs, that's bullshit. You don't leave something of a big question from a previous game, the one right before, you don't leave that to audio logs. That's just my opinion.
How they get from Halo 4 to Halo 5? How they get from Halo 3 to Halo 4? There's I'm just saying there's gaps in between all
tell
the
you,
games.
How'd you get from Halo 3 to Halo 4? Fucking she slept the whole damn time. I can tell you exactly how they get from 1 to 1. But when you can tell me how they can, okay, Halo 2 to Halo 3 was instant because he fell down the sky. Like, so that's my point. I can tell you what happened between them. I don't know what happened between these two games.
Well, my thing is, in the scope of Halo Infinite, right? I feel like the Infinite story.
No, the story's there. Infinite tells its story from beginning, middle, and end. But like the Infinite story is explained well. But it's just like, how the fuck did we get here? Like, no, it's not in Halo Wars. I beat both Halo Wars multiple times. Like that's just my only thing. It's like, look, like I would have like. You guys saw what I loved is the ending. We won't go into that.
Yeah.
But not just the ending, just what happened. The reason the ring blew up. That I love that scene.
Yeah.
And it's just like, I like that they went that direction, but it's like, man, if you would have just said something at the beginning, the beginning cutscene, I felt like that was too quick. Like they should have been one of those things.
You start out with a bang,
no,
bro.
No, it's not that. Hold up. Damn. Let me explain.
Go ahead.
I think it should have been one of those things where like you're fighting on the ship and you keep like you do through a whole mission where you could have made it as a tutorial mission where they show you all the games.
Atriox.
No, but see, I wasn't trying to say, but
that's the start of the damn game.
Okay, fine. Kid Smooth did it, not me. He fought Atriox, and to me, they should have built up to that. You should have did a mission where you're fighting grunts. That's what I'm saying. Where you do a mission where you're fighting on the ship, you're trying to survive, and like they're saying, you're hearing over the intercom, Atriox just showed up or something to build up to it, not just he shoots a couple people, bam, Atriox is there. Like,
but that was his first time meeting him.
Oh, I get that, but
Chief got fucking
and he got his ass whipped.
He did, and I actually like that. If there's one thing I like about this game is they show how human Spartans really are.
Oh, dude, like they made Master Chief like he seemed like a very like overall weak character completely on his own.
Yeah,
he got dragged.
He got handled like the other Spartan.
Yeah, dude, there was no like I didn't feel invincible in this game whatsoever, especially playing on Legendary. But
he got dragged, man. I've never seen Chief get dragged. Like,
well, not only that, not only like physically dragged, but like you could tell mentally, everything is pulling on him mentally too.
You know what I love? There's a part in the story where they're like, "Well, what happened?" He's like, "He beat me effectively, combatly, strategically."
Yeah, like every which way, this dude fucked my world up.
You know, thing I wanted to highlight. I'm sorry, it's just that not only did I think the story was great and there was nothing wrong with the ending as I saw it, because I felt like, all right, I like where this is going, and then how the weapon comes in, the connection, and how we finally got this dude's Echo's name and whatnot. I like one thing that's very underrated, and it probably isn't as time go on. The performance from everyone was spectacular. Chiefs,
oh yeah, it was. Dude, I love the weapons. Like one of my new favorite characters.
I actually like. Great. I know people gonna hit me for this. I actually like her more than I like Cortana.
Dude, honestly I agree. Like her personality because
Cortana, I felt like Cortana,
funny through some of them jokes and stuff. She's like, I remember that scene where she's like, "Oh, those friendlies," and Chief is like, "No, I doubt it. Like they're not friendlies."
I love how when you're about to blow up those turrets, and she's like. And she's sitting there, she's like, "I can't do it." He's like, "Really? No, I'm lying."
She's like not done.
Yeah, I don't know. She's a little cute one too. I ain't gonna lie. I love her personality. It just brings like this life. And Echo, even though like people had their issues with him, I think Echo 216 was a good fit. They all added a human element to Chief, and not only that I thought was that they did a good job with. I think they did a wonderful job with Escharum. Like it made me like the thing is like usually in games you don't have like this antagonist that pretty much highlights how pretty much how I guess great or respected Chief is, or any other main character is in most games. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't like his approach to Chief was like, you know, I'm gonna destroy you, all this other stuff. It was just like, you know what, I'm looking forward to like the main event to come toe to toe with you. Not like giving him his pride. It just like I felt like every time this dude would come up on the teleprompter, I was like, man, I can't wait to see this big head ass dude.
I can't. One thing that I really enjoyed is it's like I said, just how throughout all of this entire time, besides Reach, they're like, if you a Spartan, you unkillable. You can't die. Like, and I like to like, they Spartans dead left and right in this game. Like, and it just showed that like these banished, they're not like the Covenant. Like, the Covenant fought you for years, and you eventually triumphed over them. But these banished don't give a fuck who you beat. Like, and they like remember the dude at the very beginning that just rushed at you, didn't care. Like, you the chief, and he just rushed at you. Like.
Yeah, like there's a lot of things done in this game, and it just like I said, it's not even the little grunts, the stuff that they have them saying, yo, they be.
Did you notice they had shields? I don't remember if they had.
Oh yeah, the armored,
different armor. Dude, also some of them are like carrying around
UNSC weapons,
the rocket or the skewer, and they just got these big ass weapons on the back.
See,
dude, the funniest video that I found from just like the grunt talking was when he's like, I didn't mean to turn these on. He's running with the plasma grenades. I was like, what the fuck?
What one of the things
those grunts have me rolling.
See, Atriox, he's all about fairness. Like, if you read the books and anything in him lore about him, like Atriox will let humans join his army. Like, he doesn't discriminate. Mm-hmm. It's just if you come across him, you come across him. There is a reason. We're not going to say why Atriox was even in this game. If that would have happened, Atriox never would have showed up.
Hey, Addict. What's up, y'all? I'm sorry. But since you said that, I know you played Halo Wars 2, and Atriox was a beast in there, wasn't he?
Mm-hmm. Well, he beat. And what's funny is you guys remember I was on Team Atriox for years before Halo Infinite came out. I was like, look, like
you have a video on
I was like, there's no realistic way that Master Chief beats Atriox in a one-on-one fight. There's no realistic way. And then the first cutscene they show, Addict, you was right. He got his ass beat. Like,
so you got, like I said, the visuals, the story, the performance of the voice actors and everything, and everybody just bringing the story together, and then Zeta Halo and the gameplay and how the gameplay works. I feel like also I think the open world, sure, it's probably unfinished, but I think it received unfair criticism due to people not paying attention. Yes, the best thing to use in this game is obviously the grappling hook. It's a game changer. It changed the way you play the game. I've never seen something so minuscule be so impactful to a gameplay element. But people complained about that you can't drive. Now, what I found out is what people didn't.
They are kind of right on that, though.
Right? Yes and no. There are actual roads you could follow an actual road throughout the entire map. If you follow the road, you could stay on path without crashing into trees or anything like that.
I get that, but it definitely should have been one of those things where they couldn't have enough time to make things fully destructible to a point where you can run over certain trees and stuff. Like, because if you have a scorpion, it is pretty much useless. Like, anything big is useless, because if you go over like a little rock, that shit will stop you dead in your tracks. So like, I definitely understand people's criticisms there, because it's kind of worthless having bigger vehicles when you can't really take them anywhere. Yeah. But it's just like, once I saw my brother put 5 Marines with sniper rifles in one of those Warthogs, not the regular Warthog,
Razorback.
The Razorback. Mm-hmm. You don't need to drive anything else. Like, I showed Smooth. The shit is ridiculous. Like, you don't even get close to them. You'll kill them before you get up to them. Like, those little checkpoints, put 5 Spartans with sniper rifles and a Razorback, and before you get to the actual checkpoints, everyone's already dead.
Yeah,
because they don't miss.
There's just a lot of small like detail that they add to this game
And that was Jason Statham that wanted that.
Yeah.
That was one of the features he wanted to put in the game.
Yep, to add to have this one, have them follow you, and then to be able to arm them and bring them on with you. I didn't start really. I was honestly lone wolfing it.
Who's Jason?
Joseph Staten.
Joseph Statham, yeah, Jason Statham. There's just so many Jasons, Josephs. I get them all mixed up at this point.
But no, I just had a wonderful time with that game. Like I said, 25 hours in the campaign. I beat it on heroic. I didn't do legendary. Obviously, I got that coming up. Only thing I'm really trying to tackle is the I want to get all the propaganda towers. I got quite a few of them. I want to wrap that up. But no, I just been enjoying my time. Like I said, the game has been much better. It's much better than I can actually imagine. And it's doing well. Anybody else got details on Dre? Did you play it? I know.
Not yet. Haven't played it.
Look at you, just ruined the opening cutscene for this man.
Oh no, it's cool. I mean, I'm not a Halo fan like that, so I'm.
I think the biggest thing is I just like that it's back. Look, there's some issues with Halo Infinite. There is. I do think there is some narrative issues going on. Not too bad. I do feel like it's almost nitpick worthy, but at the same time, some of these are a little bit beyond nitpicks. But I don't think it's so bad that it would affect a review score a whole lot. Mm-hmm. I can understand people giving it an 8.5, 8, 9 out of 10. Anything below an 8 is just absurd to me.
Yeah. Oh man, wait. Are you on a second playthrough, or this is your only playthrough the legendary?
Yeah, this is my only playthrough so far, and it's from what you guys said. I'm right on that last mission, so I'm oh, dude,
you about to struggle.
I was trying.
Oh my god, bro!
What, is that last mission terrible, or
it's not the last boss has a cheap ass ability that killed me 18 times.
Oh god,
because she does it so damn fast.
Yeah.
So
yeah. You saw that
on legendary. That man just kept on rolling me. I could not get enough distance.
With the hammer?
My fight with him lasted about an hour.
Dude, that's mine was about an hour on legendary.
Just
running like Miles Morales in that joint, flying around that.
I was sitting there trying the only thing I could do was try to grapple hook away from him, and then this motherfucker would just be hey, launch dead. One hit, man. Oh, dude, that was.
Yes.
So I'm not excited for the very end.
So how'd you do? Because you got obviously on your way towards him. How did you get through that shit? The what is it? The road to House of Reckoning. That's what they called it before you got to Eshram.
Yeah, you're talking about what do you mean by how to
how they're before you get to him, you got to go through an army of fucking
dude, so you had to do that training thing, right? Yeah, the little training center. You had
before that point, before you even get into that building, I feel like I struggle on the outside just before getting into the road there.
Oh, I used the tank.
Yeah, but
dude, I inched, mind you. I sat there with that tank and I would inch a little bit, shoot whatever was on a screen. Inch a little bit, shoot. Dude, it took me a while to get. Yeah, I know what part you're talking about.
I lost a tank and 2 elite tanks.
Yeah, no, I kept the same tank the whole way.
You want to know how I got through? I did some cheesy ass shit.
All I did was get out and just.
I would classify the shit that I did was cheesy because I literally would lay on the edge and then my little reticule would turn red and I'd blast them. I'm all right, you dead now.
No, what I did was I went all the way grapple all the way up to the mountain to the edge and start jumping the little the edge of the map. Before you fall off the cliff, I scaled literally the entire thing up until I got to the place where the training section was to avoid the fight because I couldn't do the fight. I was like, you know what? I'm not fighting. I'm gonna just run. I'm gonna literally run to where I know they're not gonna spawn enemies on the edge of the ring. So and they'll spawn them close, they'll do drop ships close, and it'll be 2 or 3 enemies at a time, so I can take them out. But I avoided the crazy tanks, the snipers, the skewers, all that shit that they had, and the hunters. I avoided that shit by scaling the side of it.
I ain't know you can avoid them, man.
It's an open world. You find a good spot. Yeah.
any part on Legendary where you had to fight 2 hunters was just the worst.
Yeah.
Dude, especially because like it seemed like I don't know if I don't recall this from being in other ones, but it seems like if you took out one, the other one becomes very enraged.
Yeah, and he starts running and shit, and he has like faster ammo.
Holy shit, dude, that's terrifying. And yeah, and then they got this like ability where like apparently they have an automatic weapon.
Yep.
That just sits there like what the fuck. And there was because I took out all the high value targets. And literally one of those was to take out 2 hunters. I was like, are you kidding me?
Yep.
Like, really?
There's
some of them high value targets was a little bit funny though because like one of them was like a grunt.
Yeah.
And I saw. Huh?
You put
that's one of the ones with the armor.
You do that Razorback with 5 Marines, you can literally drive around the whole map and kill every high value target.
Jeez.
I didn't do that.
I got the wasp. Targets. I got the wasp ability, and I would just sit up there in the sky and just shoot down at them.
Yeah, but
unless some of them had a skewer.
How did you get that?
If they had a skewer, I'd get fucked.
You ain't get the wasp yet?
Nah,
I never got it either. I never got it either.
You never got the wasp?
I got the wasp like.
Dude, I had the wasp for a very. I've had it. Like,
I had to.
A lot. Like a long time.
I had to review the game, so like I did a lot of that side stuff, but that wasp is one of the last things you unlock. So
yeah,
like, I never got to that.
How'd you do that? Those guns.
I've had that shit.
Wait. How'd you do that mission where you had to go shut off all those damn guns that were all far apart without the wasp?
The beacons.
I snatched a Banshee.
Yeah, I had to get a Banshee, bro. The whole time, dude. Anytime my wasp would get blown up, I'll just sit there. I'd fast travel to a fob and get it right back.
Yeah, no, I took the wasp and the wasp. I literally took out like my last 5 targets with via the wasp, but it would get harder because they would fucking spawn in a couple banshees during when I'm doing to take me out and whatnot. But Nick, what's your thoughts on Halo Infinite? I mean, it sounds like you finished the game.
Yeah, I just finished it this morning, yeah, I liked it, man. I liked it. I think it's up there with Halo 2, bro. In my opinion, you know,
I would say story. I personally still feel like the best story is Reach, and I think
I'd agree.
I think it would probably be Halo Reach, Halo 2, then Halo Infinite. Because like Halo 2 and then Halo 2. They introduced the Arbiter, that was huge. Like the way they told that story.
Yeah, but it was confusing a little bit when it first came. To me, it was a little confusing, but I liked it.
Like you know how I know that they hit that story out of the park. Like at the beginning, where Master Chief is being is getting medals for his work, and they're condemning Arbiter. You know what I'm saying? Like just imagine that they successfully got you to like a character, if not to probably not as much as Chief, but around what people like Chief, and he was an enemy.
Yeah,
if you beat it, well, when people beat, like when I think Dre and Ole Man the only ones didn't beat it yet.
Yeah, I'm on the last.
I haven't started it yet.
Dre hasn't started it.
Right. So yeah, I don't want to say nothing, but
now I'm gonna say
Chief is the man though. Like the way it ended, man. I was like, damn, I kind of like the ending.
And it's pretty. What they did too is like they brought that Master Chief, a man of few words, and they were able to give him kind of like the same talking a lot that. You know, he talked a lot, but he didn't talk a lot. Like he talked more than he did in the Bungie ones, but you felt the emotion without him actually saying stuff. Like when he sees one of the Spartans, that like you can see in his face, he's like, "I'm about to fuck these people up," and like you can't see his face, but you can sense how hurt the dude is. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like that because I like that they made Chief more human in 343, but I do feel like they went a little bit too much. Like, but I like on this one, it's like there was something going on where the pilot was about to get dealt with, and then Weapon was like, "Oh, she's never gonna make it." And he's like, "He will. It'll be fine." She's like, "Why?" He's like, "Because they got to go through me."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the one thing I'll say this about Halo Infinite versus Halo 5, not Halo 5, but every other Halo, I don't remember much boss fights from previous Halos.
Now this
Halo
was kind of
5.
the most. They made him
I don't
very
remember
more
that either.
relevant. This
Yeah,
one.
so
I do feel like,
and I can appreciate that. Like this, it's like wow, like to the point characters and what the cheese things they do, what made them a problem. And that's the different thing about Halo Infinite. It has legit boss fights. And it works because it changed up the gameplay element. It changed the boss fights make you play the game or attack the fight differently. It's not like just shoot them up. You literally have to use
the last boss. Like I was annoyed with, like, because like when
Did you
some
play
of
on
the
Legendary Addict or no?
I beat on heroic, but when
Okay.
I started the game on legendary, but I went back again and went through heroic. It wasn't that it was hard. It wasn't that it was hard.
It's
it was
a time
taking me-
consuming.
It was taking me too long, and I had to review the game in 4 days. So like I couldn't play that whole game on legendary. But it's just like Smooth. I'll give you the bosses, but I'm gonna take it right the fuck back because it's like I'm a huge boss nerd. I loved I love the Dark Souls, Bloodborne, and it's cool to have bosses, but unless you give them that little edge, that little flavor that made them unique, where you tell me any other names besides the last boss, Smooth.
the names.
Tell me their names.
Well, their names are hard to pronounce. It's like Kakan and all this. Like that
Okay,
doesn't matter.
Yes, it does. Like I want bosses that are hyped up throughout the game. That when you get to them, besides the last boss,
I would say the last 3 bosses were pretty relevant.
The last boss was
Actually, there's about 4 bosses. The twins, like
I ain't giving you that, man. Like
the hand of Atriox. Like what? Like come on, how you not getting no credit for any of these people?
Because they wasn't built up at all. You just
They
one mission.
were.
Oh, they're there. No, they weren't.
All these people were from the start of the game. They showed you pretty much a roadmap of who you're going to be going against.
For instance, Halo, the old Halos might not have did bosses to this degree, but at least when I came across motherfuckers, I wanted to fuck them up. So like the dude with the hammer.
You weren't hyped to go against the fucking the elite with the prosthetic arm that killed all the fucking Spartans.
But see, okay, you saw him maybe not even one time?
No, you seen him multiple times. He was up there with Eschrium.
No, I'm saying an interaction between you and actual Chief. Like there was no build up. By the time you got to him, Chief just saw that motherfucker is another elite with a sword. Like
nah. Eschrium sent that dude. He said, "Bring Chief to me," and he did it. He did it by taking the fuck. I'm sorry, you making me freaking spoil this shit.
Look.
I
would have just preferred to them not focus on as many, but build up the ones that they did.
I know.
Like.
Basses he was an asshole.
Yeah, that's what I would have preferred. Not to have as many, have a little bit less few, but build up. Give the ones that are there a personality. Give you a reason to want to fuck that dude up. Not like, and let's be real here. The people that we did say, there was nothing like the dude with the sword. Like you saw, they were building more him up than I thought they were going to build him up a lot more. Like for instance, going throughout the game. I'm sorry, chat. We spoiling shit at this point. Like, and it's not as really bad, but you see the Spartans with the hose in the back of their head, and they emphasize this dude's killing all these people. That was never brought up. Like, it felt like they were building an arc for that dude that was like, look, this dude's going around killing Spartans, but when it came to facing him, none of that was. They acted like none of that shit happened. This is just a regular Spartan with a red energy sword, and we ain't gonna really detail and break this down whatsoever.
He all right, man. I disagree. I thought they did a good job with those characters and putting them in place for you to pretty much take them on. Of course, some has more personality than others, but at the end of the day, these were pretty much hitmen for Estrium. They're like, this is what the people he sent before you got to him.
And I get that, but at the same time, why? Like, I didn't care I killed any of these people. Like,
come on, that's not the game's problem. That's just.
But dude, like Estrium, I'll give you that because he built up that fight with Estrium, and he was actually a formidable foe to a point. Like, there's a lot of like repeat shit going on there, but I just didn't like when you actually pulled up on Homeboy that's been killing all these Spartans throughout the whole game. And there's nothing there. They don't talk about that. So how is it weapons going? That's a high powered. No, I wanted some dialogue. You've been killing all these Spartans.
You killed Spartan 226.
No.
I'm gonna kill you.
Oh my god, dude. Oh my god. Like, so you're gonna explain to me that they built up this with weapon throughout the whole game. Oh, they've been killing with this energy sword, this high-powered energy sword. But when you come across a dude doing it, nothing. Don't talk about it. Literally, the dialogue between them is probably 10 seconds long, and then bam, you're fighting him. And then there's nothing after you kill him either.
Bro, you nitpicky. You sound like a journalist.
Oh my god.
Like, yeah, I just don't. I think it was inappropriate for them to do this. Motherfucker, it's a game. Yo, all right, so all right, let me get into a super chat break. My bad. Let me just read the super chats. I know there was a couple in here. Shout out to Bunty. He says the ending was great for me for $2. And then we got Bunty again. He said, I think we're getting some prequel in the next DLC. We either gotta get a probably. They can do that. That can work. Because I don't think they're gonna give us the other guy immediately. I think they can actually go back, because I do want to play through some of those stories that we heard on the audio logs. Those in themselves are different games. Like, those could be like come in forms of like ODST or Reach style games. Like some of the stuff that you hear in the audio logs and the different things, because there was obviously Spartans and stuff that got to Zeta first and experiencing, and they all got their ass handed to them. Unfortunately, that's what it turns out. But man, Halo Infinite, man, a great game. I'm sorry, man. It's a wonderful game. They did a good job, dude. Shout out to all. Go ahead.
Is Halo in good hands with 343 Smooth?
I think.
Oh yeah,
you
absolutely.
Smooth.
Okay,
I agree that
back,
they
man.
redeemed themselves, because I very much enjoyed Halo 4, like from the campaign aspect and the multiplayer. Like, I really enjoyed it.
I think
5 lost me. I could not get into 5. The campaign was just, I couldn't get into it. I couldn't get into the characters, and then I hated the multiplayer, to be honest. I know a lot of people loved. I know you guys loved the Halo 5 multiplayer, but to me, I did not like Halo 5's multiplayer. And
my
so
brother
I was just out.
He's having a hard time getting down on the Halo Infinite multiplayer because he was just like, I'm so used to Halo 5. That's really where his core was Halo 5.
That's why.
And then,
my bad.
I stomped his ass, and he didn't like that either. So, because he's used to being up when I'm about to kill to shoot off his fucking noggin, he used to be able to just like boost away and get out of the scenario. I'm like, oh, there's no boost for your ass now, is there? Like, look, I think 343. I wouldn't necessarily say that they've completely redeemed themselves, but I would say that they have shown that they can make competent Halos. Yeah. Like, I feel like they've made Halos on par with Bungie, but I wouldn't say until they make the best Halo, then I can't give them that complete crown.
I'm gonna say this, and I've been saying this for a long time, and I don't care. I think 343 makes better Halos than Bungie. Bungie gets the nostalgia look, the factor, and stuff like that. They do. They get the nostalgia, which is okay, it's fine. But at the end of the day, there's no way I can't go back and play as much as I love it. I can't go back and play Halo 3. I can do the campaigns and shit, but I can't play their multiplayers. It's just not possible. It's impossible. I feel like 343 did as good as anybody can do to make Halo modern
I agree with you on that.
In a genre that's always changing. Different games become popular. You get battle royale. You got to go through the Call of Duties, the Battlefields, and all this stuff. Things, different games that change the genre. How do you keep this classic game and appeal to core Halo fans and still get new fans and still be Halo? 343 has done the best job keeping Halo just this weird balance where it's like it's current and it's still Halo. And this current Halo is peak 343.
You know, as good as a job as that was able to do with all the headaches and hiccups that they had with Halo Infinite, I can't imagine what this game would have looked like if Joseph Staten would have came back like a year and a half to two before this game came out. Like he did all that with
he did all this in a year.
Yeah,
which is crazy.
I can't imagine if he would have came back like midway through the Halo Infinite's campaign, that you'd probably be seeing a completely different game at this point. Like, and I'm not saying like I don't want people thinking, oh, Addict's just shitting on Halo Infinite. I literally said to buy the damn game. But I look, I'm one of those people where if I felt like something could have been done better, I'ma say it. So it's just like, you know, I felt like they did a fantastic job with the storytelling. I felt like they did an okay job with the world building. That's where I felt like they could have improved a lot more is how the world was structured and, you know, from beginning to end. I do understand where people say they wanted like an alive world, but you can't have an alive world when there's nothing to really bring the world to life. Like what I say that is like there's a war going on, and it's not like it's a back and forth war. They lost. Yeah. Like the whole map is banished at the beginning. Yeah. So like and maybe they could
go off what the narrative is.
Yeah. So you're gonna go back and start doing side missions. And go, what's who? They killed everybody. Like so, I feel like maybe there could have been side missions that opened up as the more of the map you took. I feel like they could have really bettered this game by just focusing on if I take this side of the map, like there could have been wars going on. And that's why I feel like the majority of the world building issues is because Joseph Staten came back and he's not a wizard. Like there's only so much he could have done. The majority of the game was done. They did stuff to make the game better. They couldn't restructure the game.
Right.
I think they did a hell of a job.
We got a spinoff coming soon. Another spinoff coming. No, third person.
I would say within a year you'll have like a huge expansion that comes out.
Oh, y'all don't think that we'll get a different biome going to do nothing else but Halo Infinite? That's what y'all think?
No, 343 will make different games, but you're not going to get a separate Halo game.
I think Infinite's got a bigger life than what like the previous Halos had. Like they can add stories to this versus just building a whole brand new game.
I think what you'll see them do missions in the single player campaign, like the thing for the battle pass. Because if you look in the battle pass, and I argued with Smooth about this, is in some of the challenges say PvP specifically. Mm-hmm. So to me, they're going to add PvE stuff in that challenges, and I don't know when that's going to happen. I feel like you'll have certain like events where they'll open up like a Craig VIP enemy on the map just as like a joke thing, like maybe turn the map to snow for like next winter or something like that. I feel like you're going to see more of that, but this isn't like Destiny because Destiny is more about PvE and PvP, and I feel like they're going to really focus entirely on the PvP and drop the big expansions every year to continue the storyline.
Yeah.
I don't feel like they're going to really focus on the story whatsoever until those big expansions come out. Like they're not going to just like sprinkle story throughout the year.
Like it'll be another 8-hour experience that they drop onto it. And it will get the different biomes that we seen in the whatchamacallit engine, the demo when they first showed the game, where we get the snowy areas, the sandy areas and whatnot.
Because I did some research. I think that the Endless, like, okay, so there's Forerunners, and before that there's the people, because the Forerunners were pretty much machines that was made by people before the Forerunners, and they like enslaved their own people and killed them. Like they think, like the Halo community thinks the Endless is those people, like the Forerunners imprison the people that made them, and that's who the Endless is. So they're like, I can't remember their name, Prometheans, I think.
No, not
you guys
the
get what
not the
yeah.
Like you got the Flood?
No, the Flood the flood is not them. Like,
Yeah, I
okay,
thought the flood would be in this game.
You're right with the Promethean or the Forerunners.
No, the Forerunners were made by another, like an advanced civilization, and then when the Forerunners got to a point, they pretty much annihilated them. But to me, you never see anything showing that they killed them. You know what I'm saying? Like throughout all Halo lore, so the Halo community thinks the precursors. That's what they're called, the precursors. So the Halo community thinks that they never killed them; they trapped them in that ring, and that's who the Endless are.
That makes sense.
Okay.
But I forgot where we were supposed to be headed. But yeah, Halo Infinite Game Informer gave that's Game Informer's Game of the Year.
Really?
Yep.
Word. Okay.
They paid them for that? You think they paid them to say that?
Oh, I heard some.
If we talking about bag, man, Microsoft dropped the bag, man. I'll rewrite my whole sentence, man. Halo Infinite do nothing wrong. They did out of the park, 10 out of 10, man. The bag don't even got to be that big, Microsoft. Like.
Yeah.
Give me a Elite controller.
So we have the Game Awards that happened. Obviously, we didn't have a show last week. Wait, the Game Awards was last week, right?
Last Thursday.
Yep.
I really don't care to go over everything, obviously. But we know
I'm gonna get something to drink though.
The award winners, and we know the games that were revealed. So I got a question for Dre.
Yes,
I don't know if I saw your Twitter during this time. Thoughts on the Hellblade gameplay reveal?
Graphically, I thought it looked amazing. Gameplay wise, I wasn't really feeling the gameplay just because it was just a down the corridor. So it's like they really didn't show, anything. Like I wish they would have showed it in more of an open environment instead of going straight into a cave or whatnot. But graphically it looked insane. And I don't get people who are saying that this game doesn't look impressive if they're saying that the Matrix experience looks impressive.
I actually wasn't really like. It didn't impress me. Like that Matrix thing, I think that looked cool, but like I'm so sick and tired of we in this realm where we have to make everything look great and we don't evolve any in gameplay whatsoever. Yeah, like we've been playing the exact same fucking games for 15 years. The only thing I've ever seen that we've evolved is something like the Nemesis system. Why can't we get more shit like that? Why we got to make it? You know what? Continue, Dre. I'm sorry.
Yeah. But yeah, it looked great. I don't know if you're one of the ones who proclaimed that reveal trailer to be, in game or that's what the game will look like, then no, it doesn't look like that, but it looks damn good. It looks damn good, and I'm excited to see more about it for sure.
I can agree with that. Like visually, it looked. I was like, okay, wow, they got as close to that trailer as possible.
Like I'm sorry to cut you off. Those fire effects. That's like the best fire effects I've seen in the game personally. But yeah, go ahead.
I think the thing is that when I was watching it, I kept trying to figure. I was like, all right, when's the gameplay going to start? Right.
Right.
And then so I was like, oh, this was it. So it was good and bad at the same time. It was good because how great it looked, but it was bad because what I wanted to see from gameplay, I wanted to see more engaging combat to know, like, all right, let's see how the combat's going to work this time around. Because my biggest complaint with Hellblade 1 was that it was more of experience than it was an actual action game. And I want this one to be more of an action game than it is an experience. Whereas their gameplay reveal gave me more of an experience thing, where it's going to be, and like it looked like Hellblade in terms of how it's going to play. I wanted to look like an action game. So hopefully we get more. But they did reveal that the demo was made just the weekend before. That demo that we saw.
So it's just something they just threw together, pretty much. Okay.
I mean, I've never been a big fan of Hellblade. Like, it's cool that people got that demonstration because people did want to see that, but like, I saw that and I was like, you literally just confirmed what we already knew. We knew the game was going to look good. Like, people wanted to see what you improved besides the game looking good, because everyone's going to expect the game to look better as a sequel, but people want to see what you've done better besides do what is already expected. Like, it looked good. It did. And I feel like, that's the biggest thing that they wanted to show, because people have been so much, where's that next gen leap? Well, that was the next gen leap.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But it's just like, okay, that's cute. What else are you doing? And they didn't show that. And I feel like, that's one of the games that was hit the most from the pandemic. And I feel like that game's not coming out to 2023. So, that's probably like.
So why did they show it like if it's still like I don't know, man.
Because remember, people were saying they just.
It's definitely gonna come out next year, Smooth. If you thinking it's coming out next year,
Like you think it's coming out next year, 2023 or 2022?
No, yeah, it's 2023 or beyond.
Yeah.
I just think it's coming out 2022.
No, I don't. It would be nice. But I mean, I don't know. Like,
I'm gonna tell you, smooth. I'm gonna tell you, it's not. It's not coming out next year.
I think they could. For that case, they should have just shown like Redfall, like. So it's not that.
No,
I'm
people.
disappointed
If you'd see Redfall, people would have said something, but people wanted to see Hellblade. They did the right move. They showed Hellblade.
What the hell happened with Avowed? Where the heck is that game?
Well, then there's some people getting this L. Some people were making claims that didn't happen, but at the end of the day, I didn't really expect to see Avowed because I was never told by someone like credible that Avowed was coming out. And sometimes people get stuff wrong, but it's just like, look, like, and people need to realize too that there's stuff pulled off a keynote at the last minute all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Like literally the day before, a huge announcement could have been on there and they'll pull it off.
Yeah.
So, it's a good example. The year that they showed Days Gone twice at the PlayStation E3. There was something else on that keynote was rumored to be the PS5 and they pulled it off the day before, or no, it was the week before. So let's just re-show Days Gone and act like no one would see
that was crazy. They did. I'm like, why?
That was crazy.
Yeah. So I wanted to hear you guys' thoughts on the Game Awards. I know we all watched it on separate things. Dre, your overall thoughts on the Game Awards? And do you agree with the winners? Like, what were your highlights?
Yeah. So okay, let me just get this negative out the way. It was too damn long. Mm-hmm. 3.5 hours is way too long. I was tired by about 2 hours into the damn show. I was tired.
Yeah, fell asleep literally.
Yeah, but it was cool. I like the Suicide game. I think that game looked really good. I think that had an impressive show.
Suicide Squad.
Yeah, Suicide Squad.
Yeah, when he was like, "Did you get him? Did you get him? Why don't you just mail me the bullets?" Like,
yeah. I'm definitely hyped for that. Trying to see what else. Game of the year, I was cool with. It Takes Two. I don't get the backlash it's getting now since it won Game of the Year, but it's a 90 on Metacritic, beloved by reviewers, and I don't get why people were so upset that it won Game of the Year, but whatever.
It's because people have this weird obsession where if their game don't win Game of the Year, then it's a problem. It's like, look, like
I guess.
You know why I needed to see Dre is the reaction that man had when he come out there and you took that reward.
Yeah,
I was that award, and I was like, the right person won that shit.
Person,
like,
yeah. I do like that they had some black representation on there, but I still don't think it was enough. Given they got the segment, that was tight. But the female chick, she barely got. I won't say barely. She got some screen time, but I just could have wished it was more. Like, personally, I would have liked it if Sydney Goodman. I'm sure she's a nice gal, but I would have liked it for a black co-host. That's just me though. Yeah, like I said, that was cool.
The only person you ever really saw was Jeff Keighley, at all ever, and it's just like, man, like,
yeah,
like,
but I was upset
star
that
of his own show.
Yeah, I was upset that Scarlet Nexus didn't win RPG of the year, I thought
But they
I
gave it
thought
to
it
Tails
won.
though. What are your thoughts on that? Didn't you?
Oh man,
Yeah, I mean,
was the
I
same
play
way,
I
man.
play both. I think Scarlet Nexus is a better game in my personal opinion.
Thank
But,
you, thank you.
To each his own. But yeah, but overall the show was cool. Just shorten that length. Make it 2 hours. And then because they had a lot of ads and a lot of commercials, and I'm just like, for what? You know what I mean? And,
That shit really
but
wasn't even about the Game Awards.
Yeah, it
though.
was
Right, right.
yeah, it was
It's
a
it's
big
really
ad
about the
fest.
world
It was the
premiere.
first
Yeah,
year that I watched it. Like I was amped for like a lot of stuff that they showed, but I was like, "Yo, where's the awards at?" I was like,
Yeah.
I thought this was the Game Awards, not the game commercials.
yeah. But
But
yeah, it was. I wasn't mad at the winners. I was glad that True Colors won a game,
I still haven't
won
played
an
that game.
award. That game is awesome, dog.
I got
Man,
that shit right here.
I absolutely love that game.
I gotta play it eventually.
So yeah, man, I'm not mad at it. Just cut the time down. Make it actually about the awards. Of course, we all wanted to see world, the premieres and stuff like that. But, one more thing, and now I'm done. I kind of think that the Game Awards is kind of a negative on the gaming industry, only because it's like they are getting the big premieres now, which was normally scheduled for E3, right?
Yep.
And so I kind of feel like it's stealing some thunder from E3, but that's probably just me nitpicking or whatnot. But
then
He gives
Go
us
ahead.
our like 6 month like big break.
I
'Cause
mean,
then you
yeah,
got E3 is in June, and 6 months later you got a bunch of big stuff, and then we got another 6 months, and then we'll have more big stuff coming out.
mhm. Yeah, but yeah, it was decent. It was decent.
yeah, I think to as far as I do get it, but then again, who only shows up to E3 now? The only
Yeah,
one that
that's
show is
true.
Xbox. So typically, what they're getting is premieres that PlayStation would typically probably give us for the third parties that they would show. Logan, your thoughts on the Game Awards?
I mean, I dug it. We had actually a lot of fun. We had some friends over, watching stuff. My biggest thing that I literally got, I'm not a big like reaction person. Like when stuff gets announced, I'm like, oh, cool, yeah, I'm excited for that, dude. When they premiered Alan Wake 2, I lost my shit because if you know me, I love Alan Wake. It was my favorite game in the 360 generation. And I always wanted them to make a sequel. I never felt like it was ever going to happen because, I mean, it was 2010. We're at 2011, going on 2022. Like you're talking 12 years later.
Yeah,
thinking this
crazy.
shit would never happen.
What do you
And
think about it, survival horror? What do you
dude,
think
I'm
about that?
pumped, man. I'm ready for Remedy to do survival horror because, like, mind you, Alan Wake, it wasn't survival horror, but it was psychological thriller. So it did have some maybe not horror elements, but very intense psychological, like messing up your mind stuff. So just to see what Remedy will do, to actually like make like a survival horror game, because this would be their first time they said doing a survival horror. Traditionally they done like Max Payne, Quantum Break, Control, Alan Wake. Like a lot of their stuff has just been more kind of like high action packed stuff. So it would be exciting to see them do a.
I wish
horror game.
I wish that damn developer would stop making games. I hate Remedy.
You hate Remedy, dude. I love Remedy.
Oh my!
Let's
They
do
feel
it.
like every time
my
I
favorite game.
feel like every time I play one of them games, I need to go see a psychiatrist, man. Like,
What the hell? But that was like my biggest highlight. Hellblade 2 looked great. I just hope that what we saw there is what we get to play, in some form or another. I hope it sticks with that visual fidelity and how good the game looks. And my other thing was we finally got a release date for Crossfire X.
Yeah,
Which is February. Like,
February.
dude,
Yep.
what is everybody's obsession with putting shit in February? And that the one thing I've been excited about Crossfire X because it's another Remedy game, right? It's the campaign part is being done by Remedy, and the multiplayer part, which I'm not even like too crazy about, being made by some Smilegate, right?
Yep.
But we finally got a release date for Crossfire X, and we got like more of a show off of the campaign, like the campaign and the gameplay, and I'm stoked to play that game too. So those were my 3 highlights for like stuff that got shown off. As awards wise, I mean they're the awards. What I've picked, it like It's Take Two, mind you, is a phenomenal game, great co-op game. I thought it was a little weird that it got best family game. Because like, I mean, if you play that game, like there's some crazy subject matter in there that's like hits you right in the feels.
Mm-hmm.
And so for it to be, I mean, I know it's about family, but like when I think of family game, I'm like, what game am I going to play with my family to have like
absolutely.
a happy-go-lucky good time? Not what game do I want to sit there and cry and hold my significant other with? Like, so, but getting Game of the Year was great. The co-op aspect, like that was a phenomenal co-op game. I love that, because it's a forced co-op. You can't play it by itself. And so like, you were able to give like a buddy code basically to play with, one person. And you could just see like that dude's passion just was crazy when he came out there on the floor. Like that dude, you can tell he loves what he makes, and he makes those games for a reason. And him winning that award, like I'm excited because now he's gonna have that, that being amped up, being a Game of the Year winner. And mind you, I'm sitting there thinking EA's probably sitting there like, one of our games got Game of the Year that wasn't a $70 price tag, nor does it have crazy microtransactions just filled up. And like, I bet they're sitting there like, this shit's got an award. Like,
you know what I see him kind of as? Like, not like a huge, like the same, like, Apple for Apple, but I see him kind of like EA's, their, what's the word I'm looking for? Another Vince that's showing them that we don't have to do sit the same way.
Yeah,
EA just keeps getting smacked over and over again, and now they're just like,
by they're just like people, like they're sitting out there trying to like force, like Battlefield 2042 didn't launch in a great state and got a lot of flack and got crap reviews galore, and then you got It's Take Two, a $40 little title that got Game of the Year. It's just crazy to see like an underdog like that, get that recognition that they deserve.
I've been playing with the story with my lady friend. It Takes Two, and we got to a point where they were fighting. Like I was in the like kind of like a plane. And she was on top fighting a squirrel, like head-to-head fighting style, like Tekken. And like after about the 3rd time she lost, I'm like, okay, we switching controllers. I ain't doing this over and over again. So like that, I feel like Joseph, the reason he is so effective, because if you think about it, he's never lost a game. Like, like you could have said his It Takes Two was. Not It Takes Two. The
Way
one
Out.
before
A Way Out.
A Ways Out could have been
Way
like
Out.
it could have been like A Ways Out could have been like Game of the Year contender. Like he's like, I don't know about his first one. I never played that, but I do know that he's at least 2-1. I don't know about the first one because I didn't play it. So it's just like I'll never forget one of an interview he had where he said people was congratulating him that A Ways Out had like a 50% beat percentage, and he said that's dog shit. He's like, only 50% of the people playing my game are beating it. He's like I don't see that as 50% of the people being it. I only see 50% of people abandoning my game. So and that kind of mentality.
But at this day and age, I mean, 50% is a fucking great.
But that kind of mentality is what got him Game of the Year.
Yeah,
because he's like, because
a lot of do Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons. That's what it was.
So like
I like that
a lot of other people, just like the person reviewing him, interviewing him, would have been like, that 50%'s good. But he didn't have that mindset. He's like, what can I do to engage them more where they don't want to quit my damn game? Yeah. And then it got It Takes Two. Like, picture this. The dude's only been in the industry for probably 5 years. Like, heavy in the industry. I don't know how long it took to make a Brother's Tale. Maybe 7 years we'll push. This is his 3rd game. in his third game, won Game of the Year.
Game of the Year, yeah.
That doesn't happen.
Yeah.
Like, and it's an indie developer. Sure, he's backed up a little bit by EA, but at the end of the day, like EA, it's not
like how much was he back?
My question is, does EA
now with that award, they gonna be sitting there like, I mean, maybe the things that he wanted to do, EA's like that wasn't in our budget, but then now he can come up with this crazy idea, and EA sees, well, you got a Game of the Year award over here. Let's cut you a bigger check to make this next.
Oh
thing.
yeah, that's
only going to further like his projects, which is awesome. For me, just real quick with my game award show thing. Game of the Year award. Well, yeah, it's Take-Two is great. For me, still though, I'm still sticking with Psychonauts 2 is my Game of the Year. The only award that I felt got robbed, and Dre is on this with me. Guardians of the Galaxy should have got best soundtrack. Absolutely should have got best soundtrack, because
I think the reason
I know Nier got it, and I know I haven't gotten to play
Nier got
it. I heard it has really good music. But dude, when I played Marvel Guardians of the Galaxy, that music had me amped.
But was a lot
time I was playing it.
Was a lot of the stuff that amped you up, like, was that really original soundtrack, or was that other people's stuff?
It's
but I get that, but I feel like the people voting are going to give something that's original a little bit more of an edge than something that's using stuff that already exists. Like, that's like going into a test with cheat codes. Like,
yeah,
but sure, they didn't even win.
But it's the way that they take them songs in that score, because not only did they have licensed music, right? They had their own scores.
Yeah, they did have.
They had their own epic like cutscenes and stuff. But the way that they put like the music that would come in at certain times, and the way that it was all developed around like getting you amped up and stuff. Like, I was like sitting there, I had a grin ear to ear, and just could not stop playing that game. And it got me so pumped up. I know Nier got it, which I'm pretty sure Nier deserved it, but I feel like Guardians was just so special with that it should have got. I know it got best. No, Guardians got what, best adventure. It got one award.
Yeah, it got best.
Best narrative, I think.
Best narrative.
Narrative.
Best narrative. Which
Psychonauts got completely robbed though.
Psychonauts didn't get any award. I was like,
yeah, he didn't get anything.
No, but even best art direction, I was like, dude, every level in Psychonauts 2 is so
they wouldn't get art direction. They wouldn't get that.
Built so delicately.
I actually
get art direction.
Yeah, I think here's the thing.
Nah, they wouldn't get that.
They got art direction wrong, because Deathloop's art direction I didn't think was that great. I think it was properly.
Yeah, I don't understand how they gave Deathloop that. Yeah. That was.
They gave him art direction.
I feel like Deathloop.
The Artful Escape had a better art direction than Deathloop.
Yeah.
Like,
Deathloop got 3 awards.
It was just, I honestly, at a point, I was like, they just penciled in Deathloop. They're like, who do we give this to? Deathloop. Who do we give this award to?
Hey, but when you was talking about audio,
or Deathloop.
When you was talking about audio, you know who got the best audio design, right?
Forza Horizon.
Forza, yeah.
I mean, mind you, Forza does have a fucking great audio.
But that's different than soundtrack. The thing is, though, I feel like Deathloop, it was okay to get the best direction, but art, no. I think Psychonauts should have gotten that. Psychonauts, there was awards that Psychonauts was nominated for that I thought was like a shoe-in. But yeah, it was unfortunate. Game of the Year, it is what it is. I thought Psychonauts should have won Game of the Year from the options. There was a couple of games that I thought should have been nominated.
I get that, Smooth, but I really feel like the correct winner won that. Like, Psychonauts was good, but I feel like I've always personally felt like Game of the Year doesn't really. It's not what's the best game. It's what game moved the industry forward the most. And I felt like Psychonauts was just more Psychonauts, but better. Psychonauts 2. I felt like Ratchet and Clank was dog shit, so that shouldn't have been there.
Yeah.
I feel like I feel like Deathloop. Yeah, I feel like Deathloop was a good game, but it wasn't even Game of the Year contender. It Takes Two was the only game there that did something different and was successful at it.
Yo, everybody killed me when I was talking about. Yo, I remember this episodes ago when I was talking about how mid Ratchet and Clank was. Smooth slid me all the way through the podcast. I'm gonna let that go though.
Yeah,
man.
because you
I'm
said
gonna let
that,
it go.
but you didn't even play it at that time.
I said it was mid.
But
I
you-
played the 2017 one.
That's different. You didn't play Rift Apart.
Hey, no one. Come on.
Okay.
I'm not going to say Rift
Okay,
Apart
bro.
was bad. Rift Apart isn't bad. I just didn't think it was Game of the Year. Not even close.
Rift Apart was literally more 2016.
Right.
It
Like, I
didn't
don't
even-
get.
It's not even that it did it a whole lot better. It was a good game, but people sitting here like it's so like literally. I hate when motherfuckers come up to me and when I ask them what that game do better, and the only motherfucking thing they could say is it looked good. Like if that is the only thing that you could say to justify a game being Game of the Year, walk out the damn door. Like that's why I don't like when because I honestly think Spider-Man was average as hell.
Yeah.
And people always attack me over that. Oh, I'm like,
I
well, why
I
is
don't think Insomniac, bro. I'm not an
why-
Insomniac guy.
no? I like Insomniac, but why is it every time I ask someone, "Yo, why'd you like Spider-Man?" They talk about the movement of Spider-Man. You feel it's like you are
graphics.
Spider-Man. No, not one time have I asked someone about being sly about it, and they know what I'm about to do. Have they said anything else besides that? So you mean to tell me? The story didn't stand out to you because it was average as hell. Let's be real here. That story wasn't anything special. It was a decent story. It was passable. But the game looked good, but it wasn't like anything amazing. And that's the part that blows my mind. Like I actually thought that the Miles Morales was a way better game than the original one. I felt like it was better paced. I felt like I actually enjoyed playing as Miles than Peter Parker. Like I actually liked that story more. So and then when I said that, people attacked me. It was like, oh, but Spider-Man was amazing. No, it wasn't. Like, and if you looked at a lot of the boss fights, it was literally the same shit over and over again. Like, Dr. Oct was literally the same movements over and over again. The last fight was 2 buttons. But people wanted to give it a pass because it's Spider-Man. That's what it is. It's Spider-Man. That is the only thing that game has going for is it's Spider-Man.
That's true.
Yeah, but anybody else got thoughts on the Game of the Year before we go into?
What do you guys? I don't know if you guys are Star Wars fans, but what do you guys think about Quantic Dreams or Quantum whatever their name is, doing the Star Wars Eclipse?
I thought it was cool till I found out it wasn't coming out for 4 years. Then I was like, never mind.
I mean, yeah, but
Yeah,
like
I'll play it when it comes out because I like Quantum Dream games like Heavy Rain, Beyond Two Souls.
not forced. See, that's my thing though. Not for a Star Wars. Like they would.
not for Star Wars.
I
to
think
me, they
they'll
would
do
have
good.
to.
For the High Republic like timeline, where
mean,
like
if-
things are a lot like more political and stuff. Like I think they can do that.
Well,
I don't know. For some reason, I feel like people's not going to play a Star Wars game unless you have a lightsaber and you have an action.
Yeah,
in
I
it.
want some
So,
action.
that is true.
Yeah,
That's
I
true.
get.
What
I
do you mean? It's Battlefront? Come on.
I totally understand that, but my question to you is: they making a Battlefront 3?
Are they?
Yeah, no.
No. So there goes your
no.
answer. There goes your
You
answer.
think keeping
I'm
Battlefront
just saying
2
there's plenty of
is
Star Wars
the
games out there that I like
lightsaber
that
fighting?
did, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Heroes
I
versus
get that,
villains
like,
is the
my
only thing
biggest-
keeping Battlefront.
My biggest thing that I liked is they officially confirmed that Telltale's back. That's what I like. Like,
Yeah.
Oh, and
Like,
they're doing an original game, right?
Yeah. Original
no,
game.
I
Like,
think
it's not a
that's
license.
another license game, isn't it? I think
Is
that's a
it?
license game.
Oh, who y'all talking about?
Telltale.
Telltale.
Telltale,
Oh,
I know they're
Telltale.
doing another
I
game or
don't
something
know.
like that. I forgot what it was that they revealed. Was it that Star Wars game or no? Quantum.
No.
that was
Didn't
Isn't
it-
it called like the Expansive? The Expanse or something shit like that. The something.
Yeah,
It was
Yeah, it
like-
looked like it
Yeah,
was in a Star Wars
Expense.
universe.
You right.
Also,
Dre right.
it's co-developed with Deck 9, the people from Life is Strange as well.
Yeah. But like
Well,
I have no doubt
Deck
that
13?
Quantum Dreams
Original
will.
game.
Yeah.
Oh, it's going to be a good game. I just feel like
Yeah.
there's
Well,
going
no,
to be a
I'm
lot
saying
of
it's
people.
an original game. It's not a license.
Mm.
I don't know. For some reason, on Twitter, I saw people saying that's a franchise, like a book franchise.
Yeah, it's
is,
from a
it
book.
is, yeah.
Isn't it a book this dude reads or something like
Well,
that?
I guess I'm going off of like it's not like a big like Game of Thrones TV show or Walking
But
Dead. or
it's
something
not
like that.
original if they copying someone's Cliff Notes.
Yeah, but I get that. It's just okay.
I heard.
I never heard of it.
I'm sorry. That's just. All right, guys.
I heard that.
Let's talk about this. Would you guys agree that this was 2021 Xbox best year thus far?
Yes.
Yeah, by far.
Yeah.
I think maybe for Xbox it was their best year. Maybe not so much for the Series X. I think Series X had a great year.
Yeah.
But as far as like Xbox's brand and ecosystem, it was by far the better one.
Agreed.
Yeah, I say this is in terms of overall games. I feel like this is their best year since 2016. I harken back to 2016. I think about what we got that year. It was Recore, Quantum Break, Gears 4, Forza. Was it Forza Horizon 3?
3, yeah. 18.
They've also, what else? It was something else that came out in 2016 that, hey, didn't Halo Wars 2 come out in 2016?
I think that's 2015. Let me look.
No, Halo 5 was 2015.
It might have been.
Halo Wars was 2017 because I thought it was Xbox One X enhancement.
It got delayed, remember?
No, but the Xbox One X enhancement came
2017. February the 24th, 2017.
February 24th. Yeah. All right, cool. So
yeah, because it got pushed back. I remember at E3
Dead Rising 4 came out in 2016.
Oh, that's why I forgot about that damn game.
Dead Rising 4 came out in
terrible game.
It was the worst Dead Rising.
No,
it was the worst
Dead Rising game.
What?
Yeah.
Coming from Dead Rising 3, yes, it was. They ain't no. Dude, Dead Rising 3
I will say, Smooth, that wasn't a bad Dead Rising, but they came from one of the best Dead Rising.
Yeah, I will agree.
It came from one of the best Dead Risings that just made it way worse.
All right, I understand Dead Rising 3 is the best Dead Rising of all time. I would not, argue with that, but I feel like Dead Rising
I still enjoy. I still think Dead Rising 2 has that. Low key, I still think Dead Rising 2 has that.
Man,
the only thing that I think Dead Rising 3 has over Dead Rising 2 is you can make shit like on the fly. Like, but I feel like in terms of psychos, like Dead Rising 2 was better in that. I feel like maybe the world was a little bit better in Dead Rising 3. Yeah, maybe the world was better in Dead Rising 3, but like I can't really say that because I don't have a Dead Rising 2 with the graphics of Dead Rising 3, so I can't really compare.
I just remember how taken back like away I was with Dead Rising 3. Like, you got into it, it was just zombie after zombie just piled up in the streets, just running them over. Holy shit, that was like, I was like, damn, this is next gen.
Yeah, but no, I think Xbox has had a. My bad, Dre. Go ahead. My bad.
No. I was basically about to say the same thing you was.
Nah, and when you think about, all right, they had the best publisher of the year by far. Most game of the year nominations with I think like 21. They've had every release that was from Xbox Game Studios was an 85 or better. So best rated games. They've had the highest what Forza Horizon did, being 10 million players in a week. I think that's the first time that's ever happened. They had literally had 2 launches for Halo Infinite, the multiplayer launch, and then you had the campaign launch, which was a whole different phenomenon. Obviously, the Xbox got momentum and they boosted sales and just I was just, as an Xbox gamer, I was extremely happy with the output. Yeah, I think in future years, I think they could do a better job by spreading content out throughout the entire year, because a lot of that stuff came at the tail end of the summer.
I don't think you have an issue with that. I think this is the year where you're starting to see what they did in 2017 start to carry over, like a couple games. But I don't think this is like the pre-year. This is the year before they start throwing that stuff out. Like, people think what's funny is you got PlayStation hardcore fanboys like trying to like defend the they're trying to compare Horizon to Halo for some reason. Like, acting like the games aren't built on 2 different foundations for 2 different reasons. And I'm just like, okay, so these people are already flipping out that Microsoft's such a good year. Like, they're ending with Halo, they had Forza, and they had stuff like the Ascent and stuff that was sprinkled throughout the year.
Yeah.
Like,
and don't forget, we got the coming out tomorrow.
Yeah,
Don't forget, a gunk is tomorrow.
Done smart. FPS Boost did the Outriders being in Game Pass day one, MLB The Show. Those were all attributions.
Back for blood.
Back for blood. So
The thing is, though,
it's like endless list, man.
there's a reason that the media is always talking positive about Microsoft and Xbox because they're always playing Xbox
because they're paid.
It's because Game Pass is always giving them reasons. It's because Game Pass is always giving them reasons to get on the platform and play games. So, and people love exclusives, and I feel like exclusives are a huge reason for people to buy a platform. But I say this, and I say it a million other times. People value money over they value anything else. It doesn't matter where you are in the world. And when you can pay $10 to $15 and have something to play every month that may not apply to you, but something else might that's in there. And they just put like 6-7 games in a Game Pass this week.
Yeah.
Like that matters. That matters. Like the thing is exclusives are important because it gives people a reason to turn on the platform. But when you're giving people a reason to turn on the platform weekly, exclusives don't matter as much. Sure, they need that to keep people in the ecosystem. They still need to make those. But it's easier to keep people satisfied with the platform when you're giving them these games every month to play. So they're not. When's the number one time where you guys start? Where's the next game? When you're bored, not doing nothing.
Yeah.
But when you're putting constant games on the platform, you're not thinking that because you're not bored. So.
Yeah. All right. So let's get into the other topic. Wow, Lakers just won on the M1 game winner. My bad. Let's talk about everybody. I want everybody game of the year is final.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Unless the gunk is absolutely spectacular.
Unless the gunk is so let's start with
Man.
Unless it knocks it out of the big banger.
I'm good on that.
Dude, that was a 14, 15 minute.
I haven't seen one enemy and nothing. I'm good.
NickBanks, man. I want to know what's your game of the year. So, game of the year.
So far, at first it was Scarlet Nexus. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Yep.
But man, right now it's Halo Infinite.
Right now, hey, what's going to change in 2 weeks?
The gunk, baby.
That's what I'm saying. Ain't no gunk gonna do nothing without. Yo, I watched 15 minutes, 12 minutes of new.
That's the
that joint was. Yeah, man. I ain't gonna be able to do that, bro.
Yeah,
like I'm gonna have to watch one of y'all play it and see if
I'll
it.
be streaming on Twitch. You can check
Yeah, he said, "Yo, shoot."
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to watch you on Twitch or something.
So,
I ain't.
D Nick, you said Halo Infinite.
Yep.
All right. Notorious DRE. Oh no, my bad. Sir Dre the Great.
Like Nick, Scarlet Nexus was my game of the year for a long time.
Yes, sir.
For like a couple months, but it has changed to Guardians of the Galaxy.
See, I ain't played that.
That was like such a good game, bro.
My game of the year. That game had every reason to be bad. Every reason, from the initial reveal to some of the trailers and things of that nature. It was not shown in a good light when it was first getting shown.
Whoever the marketing team was for that game should have gotten
right.
But not marketing that game well.
The way that game turned out, man, was absolutely phenomenal, and it's my game of the year for sure. True Colors was super close after I beat that game because that game is damn good, man. But
you say what game is that?
True Colors, Life is Strange, True Colors.
Oh yeah.
That's a damn good game. But Guardians it is for me.
Okay, all right. Logan.
Psychonauts 2 is still there, man.
Okay.
That game just hit me pretty damn hard, and it stuck with me. And it's been Psychonauts 2. I almost thought Guardians was gonna take it, and mind you, Guardians is a phenomenal game.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I just think the story, mind you, Marvel Guardians of the Galaxy, great game, and it was a great Marvel game. Like it had big set pieces. It honestly kind of felt like at times you was watching a Marvel movie. And not only watching it, but being the one interacting and playing and stuff like that. But Psychonauts 2 just kind of hit differently. It just spoke to me a little bit more with like the level design and the story and everything, you know, with the mental health, and it brought a lot of like dark issues that we have in the world, and then they kind of brought it into light, and kind of, you know, was also could make fun of the stuff. And so Psychonauts 2 just is stuck with me, so that I'd stick with that.
Nice.
Lord Addict.
I think I'll have to give mine to Yakuza Like a Dragon.
What?
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yakuza
Oh.
Like a Dragon.
Oh, come on,
Wow.
bro.
And that,
Yo, you
can that
can't
be
you can't knock
allowed?
these.
Because that came out last November.
Well, I didn't play till this year.
Yeah, but it didn't come out.
Okay, I mean, that's fair because
You're being salty right now.
No. I'll give him
You,
this.
you gonna sweat me?
Smooth
You
and I
gonna
had
sweat me
this-
over a month and a half?
I'll give him this.
Smooth and I had this with Salty.
You saw
Remember that?
But
tweet?
Salty was
He put out a
backwards.
tweet out there. He's like, "Look at these games
Yeah.
in 10
That
years."
was
This was
funny.
like, "Did he get a PlayStation in 2019?" He's like, "I said what I said." I was like, "No, you can't sit there and say that your game of the year is these games that you didn't even play till 9 years later." You talked about you played.
Okay,
this
but
Yeah.
my game didn't come out 9 years
No,
later.
no,
It came out
alright.
2 months.
I'll give
Like,
him this. I'll give him this
that
because
game did not come out
Alright.
this year. They don't count.
I prefer Addict's way because he played it. He given it the game of the year for the year he played it, and it did fair enough come into Game Pass in 2021. So that's one thing, right? But what
The
Salty
bias here.
No. This is not a butt against that. But what Salty did was right. Salty got a PlayStation in 2019, right? And he had a list of game of the year from 2011 to 2021. He had all these PS4 games like for the years. I'm like, what the fuck?
PS4 games, like, man, you didn't
I'm
even
like,
See as
bro.
the baseline,
I'm like, how the
bro.
hell do you go back into 2015 and make that your game of the year when you didn't play this shit until 2020? What the
That
fuck?
man was capping harder than a motherfucker.
Shout out to Salty. I thought that
Get
shit was
him in
hilarious.
here. Get him in here.
I had to stop,
You
bro.
can't talk about Salty. Salty
I had to-
he
I
getting
got
chased.
some words to speak with that man. He sat out there. Look at these are this 10 years have been my favorite games. It's like, dude, you didn't even have a PlayStation then.
Shout out to Salty. That shit was funny though. I'm like, no, what-
2014, or
Bro,
whatever it came out.
I swear. All right, the last podcast we didn't Salty come in? It was when we had
It was when we did the
Yeah,
20 years
we
yeah,
had
celebration.
Dark
yeah.
Documentary and stuff like. And Salty
Yeah.
literally said in that podcast he got a PlayStation in 2019. So when I saw that tweet, I'm like, bro, am I bugging or I thought you had a
I
PlayStation
know.
in 2018.
And then I was in there chopping. I was like, "What the fuck you mean, Salty?" He said, "He's like, I said what I said."
I said what
I was
I
like, "You cap."
said. All right, so
Yeah. He also getting hunted down for his Halo Infinite.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah, he been speaking. He said Halo Infinite was his game of the year. I was like, damn.
That
Over
shit, bro.
Returnal?
Yeah.
Yo, he about to piss all the
Yeah.
PlayStation guys
Yo,
off.
there's a lot of shit going on, bro. So, all right. So Nick says it's his Halo Infinite. Sir Dre says his is Guardians of the Galaxy. It's a good pick. Logan says Psychonauts 2. Addict has Yakuza Like a Dragon. My game of the year I revealed on Twitter. My interesting video will be coming out sometime at the end of this year where I reveal my top 10, which is going to be difficult, but no surprise here. My game of the year is Halo Infinite. It's literally
Of course.
here's the thing, right? At one point, I'm gonna list every game that I said could be game of the year. Far Cry 5, I was riding on that Far Cry 6, I was riding on that train for a minute. Then I played Guardians of the Galaxy. I'm like, holy shit. And then I'm like, Psychonauts 2 had it for a moment. Freaking the thing, reason why what and then Forza Horizon I think is the best racing game of all time. Reason why Halo takes it is because I had to harken back. I was like, okay, I got what I got out of Far Cry 6, right? I enjoyed the shit out of Far Cry 6. It's like, I don't know, like, yeah, I abused that game, right? Far Cry 6, right? Halo, I got my open world enjoyment that I got in Far Cry 6 out of Halo Infinite, but I got more in Halo because I got my Halo Infinite multiplayer. I got a new story. I got a different view of Halo. Like, I did everything that we talked about from, like, the story. I don't care what nobody says. The story in Halo Infinite is better than the Far Cry story. It's unfinished or not, it's a better story. Yes, they had star power on Far Cry. South America, Cuba, whatever, looks great.
Far Cry story was good though.
It was good.
It
It was
good.
That
good. It's
story
not
was
bad.
good.
It's not bad, right? Not bad at all by any stretch of the imagination. I enjoyed my time with that game. Far Cry 5 is probably going to land in my top 5, maybe in my top 3 when it's all said and done for this year.
Six.
Halo and Far Cry 5. Far Cry 6. Too many
We're getting confused with what Far Cries they are.
Yeah.
They all the same, man.
Halo Infinite though it's game of the year. I don't care what nobody says. I don't care how biased I may seem. I don't care if I'm wearing an Xbox shirt or an Xbox hat. At the end of the day, my last year game of the year was Last of Us Part 2. By the way, it was Last of Us Part 2. I had all the room in the world to give it to anything else. It was Last of Us Part 2. This
I think
You unbiased now.
I think Halo Infinite is definitely a game that I could see someone given Game of the Year. So I mean, it's not like. First off, it's your opinion. So anyone that disagrees with your opinion, tell them to fuck off. So
yeah,
It's just the story, bro. If you're in tune with the lore of Halo and the story, like I've seen David Jaffe post like, why is Master Chief so tall? Spartans are tall. Like, you know what I mean? Like a lot of people don't know certain things.
Oh, David Jaffe been on some bull.
I mean, he's funny though. I like he's funny. He's a funny guy.
he asked
he's
why
a
is Master
weirdo.
Chief so tall?
Yeah, I mean, I can see some people asking that question though. You know,
I don't care when Master Chief lands the vibration.
that's
and
like
the
I feel
impact.
like that's equivalent to like me playing God of War and never playing God of War and be like, why is he so strong? Like,
Someone told David Jaffe that I'm pretty sure Master Chief's armor is like 3,000 pounds.
it's tons. Like it weighs tons.
Like tons.
they're literally 1,000 pounds. The armor is 1,000 pounds and up. It depends on which one, but they start at 1,000, and they can run at 60 miles an hour. Which I used to go back and forth with the Halo fanatics from Halo 3 about the running thing.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
yo,
because
Spartans
people like hated that
they run fast.
he sprints in the cutscenes. Why can't he sprint in the gameplay?
You are sprinting, but you just don't know. It's like,
But if you're running at 60 miles per hour, why would you be walking on the game? Like this is crazy.
You ain't
right?
always sprinting. Who said
That's why I
that?
always appreciated what they did
No,
in Halo 5. Like they
Right,
made the Spartans
exactly.
more Spartan.
yeah,
Like
you
like
feel like a Spartan.
if you look at that opening cutscene in Halo 5, that's how I would feel like Spartans would come off a mountain and fuck shit up.
Yeah.
Like
Facts.
because if you look at it, they it didn't matter what they threw at them. They threw phantoms at them. Spartan Locke literally went into a phantom, killed the pilot, and jumped out the other side. Like,
Right.
and did you see the theories going on with Locke?
Yeah, with that damn grunt at the propaganda tower, he said what happened to him.
Yeah, apparently he's on another part of the ring. Like he's not dead.
All right, what?
Yeah. He not dead.
So
Yeah.
maybe
apparently-
we get They need to start. They need to give us a like next year E3. I want to expand an expansion reveal, bro. Like please, I know
shoot.
because I'm sorry, I enjoyed my time with that damn stuff. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed every part of it. I enjoyed I had my struggles and whatnot, but I enjoyed that shit to the core. Like that was a good.
You know what-
I felt so happy when I saw the way it closed. It was satisfying.
You know what would have been really cool if like in Halo Infinite you about to get clapped and Locke saves you.
Oh God. Come
Yeah.
on. Team
No,
Blue.
'cause the thing is like I like Locke as a character. They just got to build him better in the universe. They can't just like really sit down and think. They try to bring this man off the streets and replace Master Chief. Like just think about that. Like
I don't get, but wasn't
Yeah,
Locke
they made
in
it seem
Halo
like
2
he was
though?
going.
But just not playable. He was. Or wasn't he in Halo 2?
he used to be in the Oni. He used to be part of Oni. I don't know if he was actually part of 2. He might have been in the lore, but I don't think he was in 2. I think he was probably he's probably like not in the game. He might have been in the lore of 2, but I don't know.
Yeah, he was in the lore. But Smooth, somebody brought up your old talking point about Locke, Halo 5 being ridiculed
Yep.
because Locke.
Well, look, because Locke
Did
was
you see
black.
that post?
Yeah, where is it? Where is it? Is it on Twitter?
I think it was Sick
I
Humor
actually-
that
I've been,
it was
I've
Sick
been-
Humor.
What's funny is I I actually have a video of Kitsu saying that 343 is discriminating on him because he's black, and that's the reason he's getting killed in Halo's multiplayer. Infinite multiplayer.
Blue is serious about that.
No,
too.
the lock thing, I do think it, because this is where I have problems with journalists and game. It's like, I don't like how games get reviewed because they focus on such of sounding good and start sounding pristine and some of the words they use, and they start complaining about unnecessary shit. Like the whole thing about lock character. I was like, motherfucker, is it good or not? His presence alone, dudes that have no problem playing 50% of Halo 2 as an alien, but they have a problem playing 50% of or just over 50% as fucking Locke. And it just so happens, it just so happens.
Was it just
like,
50%?
The thing
was
is,
it just
though,
50% though? Because I felt
it was
like
about
like
60. It was like 60.
It was like 80.
Yeah, I was like, and that's why,
it wasn't
that's why
that.
Didn't
it
like
it was
that much.
It was a mixture of everything. Like, for instance, they did a better job bringing Arbiter into the universe than they did with Locke. Like Locke I've always said they should have went to Coalition, made like a cover shooter, third person, gory as fuck game where Locke's the main character, and it's explaining how he became to who he was and why he got the Spartan armor on, and then go into the Halo 5.
Okay. I do think they need to make a crossover Halo and Gears, like where fucking Chief has to go to another planet and he lands on Sierra and he dealing with they shit with like.
Dude, it would be crazy if you think about it. Me and Kid Spoo got an argument once because I felt like who makes Doom?
Id.
No, not Doom. Who makes
Wolfenstein?
What's that Bethesda studio? Wolfenstein, yeah. Machine Games. I always thought Machine Games, I want them to make the campaign for Halo, and Kid Spoo completely disagreed.
No, absolutely.
I feel like, but see, like that interaction that Machine Games has, like they know how to make first-person action cutscenes. They know how to make set pieces in a first-person narrative story.
Yeah, no, same thing. Like I don't want to see it or anybody or like even though these are good studios and they make good first-person shooters and stuff like that. I don't think any of that would translate well into a Halo game. I'm sorry. I just don't think
they can do the art. It doesn't matter what they're doing it about, Smooth. Like, I honestly feel like, look, now that I've seen 343's Halo Infinite, I'm a little bit better on that. Mm-hmm. Like, let them do it. But, like, when I play Wolfenstein, imagine if they did that in Halo. It would be fucking crazy.
Visuals?
No, not even visuals. It's just the atmosphere that Wolfenstein has as a first person. That's what Halo needs.
No, like, I don't get it. Elaborate a little bit on that because you mean the atmosphere. Wolfenstein is
that
like
atmosphere, like rolling down the submarine on a fucking on a wheelchair shooting people. Like that's atmosphere that gets you in that role.
Okay, so
yeah, he's saying like the details in the environment, pretty much.
And Wolfenstein. The developers, Machine Gun Games, the only people I know that do it so well. Because most of the time when you see well done set pieces, it's in a third person atmosphere. You rarely see it in first person, and they do it really good.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, all right, but yeah, but no. Like, so just take about journalists right quick. Is that like I was reading, listening to a couple people reviews on Halo, and they were talking about things such as they literally went down to how they didn't like how the Marines were cutting jokes in the middle of the war. I'm like, why is that bad? How is that as a gamer? Why would I care about that? Like, it's like, oh well, it's a little bit inappropriate to be cutting jokes in the middle of a war. I'm like, it's a game. Stop. Take those dumb analysis that people be putting, like when they complain about, I don't like the way this person does this, and it'll be something that has no impact on your enjoyment of the game. It's just talking points and just to sound good. I think that journalism needs to get out of like freaking video games. Like stop. It shouldn't count against like reviews. If it's not something, things that should only impact the reviewer score to let you know what's good or what's bad about the game is obviously visuals, gameplay, story, yeah, it can be there. Obviously, if it's that bad or something like that, or the execution. But if you're gonna start judging like just banter between people that come up and go, where they do using things to like fill in that the void of like silence and whatnot, get out of here. But yes, we all agree this is Xbox best year. The Game Awards as a show, it sucked, but it had some cool reveals. It needs to improve.
Hold on, let me interrupt you real quick. You mean to tell me that the Marines can't make jokes, but Webpick could joke the entire fucking game and they ain't say nothing about her?
Yeah, it's like Speaking of, Halo has probably some of the dumbest Marines on any planet. Just, by the way, like I'm just sorry, like I feel uncomfortable calling them Marines. I had a Marine doing push-ups in the middle of the landing pad, and then when when he realized that the thing was coming, he moved out of the way, but he moved in the way of the landing pad just to get crushed by the vehicle. I'm like,
you know what would have been cool if, like, in the future when you start rebuilding the NSC, because I assume that's what's going to happen.
Yeah,
where they'll let you like drop ODSD anywhere you want.
Oh yeah, that would be nice.
Right, like you could throw like maybe a grenade that marks something, and then like 5 pods just show up and they come out of it.
Yeah, that actually is dope. But I appreciate everybody coming through for the podcast. And I know we ran. We actually wasn't super long, but we ran a little bit late. Thanks, Dre, for the emergency show up. Appreciate you, man. And congratulations on the boost to the channel. Looking forward to seeing more headphone reviews. Obviously, I need some new ones because these are all out of whack.
So I got you.
Definitely going to be checking your stuff out. So love me.
What do you got over there, Dre? What you wearing?
So these are HD 560. These are more of like the audiophile thing headphones. Matter of fact, if Bless Red is still in the channel, I mean still he's the one who got me, hooked on this shit. So you can thank him. I just got gaming headset reviews, and then I converted my channel to a more PlayStation centric channel. So I got a couple PlayStation topics.
Good. I'm always looking to actually watch a credible PlayStation channel.
Yeah, we need some positive PlayStation.
PlayStation is taking over 2022, man. The games they got slated out for 2022, man. Don't even listen, man. We're
gonna have the same conversation when God of War gets delayed to 2023.
It's
you're
not.
gonna be sitting there with this Gran Turismo.
Listen, I made a video saying that God of War should release holiday 2022. So,
But when have they ever released anything holiday?
That's my point, man. They need to switch up the formula. That's what Surgery the Great, man. Go watch the video. It's on there. And that's where you can find me on Twitter, Surgery the Great as well. And I definitely appreciate catching up with the fellas, man. Always a good time. You know what I mean? So, I appreciate the invite.
Awesome. Anytime, buddy. NickBanks.
Yo, what's going on, man? Yeah, thank you, Smooth, man. I appreciate coming on here every Wednesday, even though I'll be late sometimes due to work. But yeah, man. I also had to say something. I wanted to say something about this State of Decay.
Go ahead.
All right, so I follow Undead Labs for a long time, and they stream on YouTube all the time, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they just wrapped up their last stream Monday. They streamed every Monday since the State of Decay 2 came out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So Monday they wrapped it up. They said, we done. We not doing streaming no more. They was real in tune with their community. So I think we about to hear something from State of Decay 3.
No,
that's just
I think all you're seeing is we're officially done supporting State of Decay 2.
Right.
We'll tell you when State of Decay 3 is ready with more info.
Well, yeah, I'm just saying I think it's coming soon. Because if you doing that, then that was probably their fun time. I don't know. Or whatever. But they would address issues in these streams. They would literally live stream for about an hour, maybe, whatever, every Monday. and giving updates, even when they updated it last year when they put the graphics upgrade in it, you know. So I'm just saying, people look out for that, you know. That's it.
All right. Logan,
Yo, what's up, guys?
what you streaming tomorrow?
Dude, the gunk. You can catch me out on Twitch, Ole Man Logan.
Gunk.
The gunk gonna be tomorrow, man. I'm excited for it, and ready to get holiday break coming up here. Ready to get some time off of work and time with family well spent. So been a great year overall for games. If anybody out there is saying to you that this has been a bad year for games, don't listen to them. They're dumb. It's been phenomenal.
You're right. I agree. And Lord Addict.
Appreciate the invite, Smooth. It's been a good time, man. It's been a while since I've been on the Addict show. Everyone, man, definitely, follow Smooth, man. I know you on his channel, but we trying to get this Halo Infinite Legendary Challenge going on right now. I don't know, Smooth ready for this.
Yeah, you trying to get Smooth kill himself out there. That shit is gonna be.
It's gonna be entertaining.
Real quick before we go, did y'all watch the Xbox documentaries?
Still working on it.
Yes, I watched.
Man, you know what, man? Kudos to them. Kudos to that was a well put together documentary. I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Talk about it.
When you watch that, you really like.
So even I don't want to smell the Smooth when you watch it.
Yeah, I'm gonna probably wrap it up tonight. But
okay. Oh, so you seen some episodes?
Yeah,
right?
I've
Okay.
3 episodes in. Yeah.
Okay, so I want to talk about the first episode real quick, where they used a PlayStation disc to show off the and they used that put together PC. It was just like, man, that just
they
like
they had it put together with duct tape.
yeah. I was just like, man, that just makes like everything come into like full circle. Like it's like Xbox and PlayStation are supposed to be, you know what I mean, competing with each other. So I was like, the whole documentary was cool, man.
And what I liked about that is like how determined they were. Like they did that, and he's like, "Oh, we had a plan B, we had a backup plan," and it would just show that prototype and the people that were supposed that Bill was probably going to hand down the Xbox project to. Like they were like, Hey, that's not fair. We didn't know we could make a prototype.
Right.
And and Bill Gates is like, they didn't either, but they still made one.
Yeah. So that was dope.
Yeah,
that was
dope. What shocked him because they got it turned on when it powered on, turned on power faster than they boot up Windows. So he's like, but yeah, the story is great. I'm looking forward to finishing up. Xbox had the interesting story. It is a good documentary. Like I said, I'm 3 episodes in, so I can't wait to wrap it up.
And I'm sorry, real quick, Xbox really did put a staple on a lot of things, like us watching Netflix, you know what I mean, and how they had Netflix on Xbox and how that made Netflix what it is today. So it was another one. Of course, Xbox Live. Man, it's
Xbox, the internet. The fact that they
Ethernet
put the
and all
broadband shit right in there, like that was. That shit probably I can imagine like that was had to be foreign looking. Like
you know what I've really enjoyed? Like we always assume Microsoft bought Minecraft for non-gaming reasons, but they made it seem like in that documentary that was one of the first things they did to get more of the market back in Minecraft, like buying Minecraft. That seemed like that was more of a Phil Spencer has a really good relationship with him, and that's the reason we bought that company. And not the way it seemed like they bought Minecraft to restate that we're still in this industry. Like
it kind of is true though, because when you watch the round table, he said, "Shoot, if it wasn't for Matt Booty, the one went over there and got Minecraft for him." So it kind of turned everything around. I don't know,
I'm still mad about that whole GTA thing, bro.
Yeah. Oh my god! How do they?
Like,
I mean, in
hindsight, you can see why. I'm like, come on, bro.
Right.
Like,
oh my
damn,
god,
dude. Like that. That's where their corporate team should have got out the way and let the young guys make that decision. And
the thing is, though, is they didn't have gamers running where the money was coming from. Like they had executives that was distributing that money. And then it had it to a point where gaming wasn't really mainstream to the way it is now. So you even had it worse because you had an industry that wasn't even that big asking for millions and millions of dollars to invest into it. Like people don't realize what Seamus Black and that team did. They did something that very few people could have done. They moved around those hallways as being the loser of the groups. And they ended up, maneuvering their position enough to where they launched one of the biggest gaming platforms in history. Like, regardless how you feel about Xbox versus PlayStation versus Switch, Xbox is still one of the biggest gaming platforms in history. So,
no doubt. Yeah, I liked it. I liked it a lot, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna wrap it up tonight. I'm gonna continue to watch it.
Oh, so hey Dre, before y'all end that topic, do you think PlayStation or Nintendo would ever make one?
I mean, I could see it. Man, I don't know if it would be a 6-parter. It would have to be probably longer than a 6-parter.
All they're gonna do is kiss their ass the whole time. We did so good here. We did so good there. Like I was really surprised that last one, how much they like. Literally, that last video was mainly just we fucked up here, we fucked up there. Why did we do this? Why did we do that?
I mean, because like PlayStation, they can talk about how they were supposed to do the console with Nintendo. I mean, that could be however many parts. Of course, the PS3 era, that could be. Yeah, so I would like to see them from both for sure. No doubt about that.
Yeah, I think they should do one.
I think so. Yeah.
All right, guys, but we're gonna hop out of here. It's been a great episode. Appreciate you all coming and watching and hitting that like button. Make sure you continue to do so. I'm trying to think. Next week, I'll probably have a podcast if anybody's available. We can. Depends on what happens. Probably the gunk, maybe a Halo spoilers. I don't know.
I'm having my wisdom tooth cut out next Thursday.
I thought you were gonna wait until after the New Year to do that.
Nah, they offered me a sooner date, and I was like, "Do it, cut them out."
All right, best of luck. You're gonna be spending Christmas in pain. All right,
I'm cool with that.
All right, guys, but thank you guys for watching. As always, Xbox is the best box. I am the best spot. Good night or good morning if you're on the other side of the globe. Out of here. Peace.
Peace.
Tell me when you stop recording.